This video is about tracking weight and height for clients. Whenever a new client is added, a weight height record is automatically inserted into their plan of care or their client library, period. It's always there, always added. Then what you will need to do to track weight and height and keep it current is to schedule that service. Now, very often that service is scheduled as both scheduled and, that service, let's try that, service. So I'm going to select weight and height is scheduled as both scheduled and PRN, just in case you need it. So I'm going to start charting this. Let's say I'm going to start charting this on 6/1/2023. I know I'm going in the past. And I'm going to say that I wish to do it every month on the first of the month. So it'll be the first of the month. And we'll say that we're going to do it at 9 a.m. Okay. I want this to be AM too, so I make sure I get it in my example. Okay, so there we go. It's going to be both. We're going to see a record on June 1st and July 1st, etc. And it's going to be scheduled for 9 a.m. And it's also going to be available as a PRN. So I am going to insert that record. Okay. So there's our weight and height now inserted as of 6/1. So now I am going to chart. And I'm going to go back to the 1st of June. And there is my weight height record being prompted, and there's my PRN version. I am going to put in that Arnold here weighed 149 pounds, and he was 5 feet 6 inches at that point. Now, you can see by this little red star that the weight is a required task. There is no red star on the height because that is an optional record to put in. The red stars here mean that if you do chart on this task, that the count measure field is required. So I'm going to save and close this one. Say okay, save the records. Okay, so now I have charted on that weight and height. Now, if I go to this master record where I see personal information, and I look at the weight and the height as of the 1st of June, he was 5'6" and he weighed 149 pounds. Now, if I go back, let's say to the medication administration, and I go back to Arnold, and let's say maybe he's got a heart issue or something, and I'm going to weigh him just as needed. So on the 7th, I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to say, it's going to show me once I do that, on the 1st, he weighed 149 pounds. And then on the 7th, I'm going to say that he weighed 154 pounds, just to show what happens. Click OK, and I'm going to save the records. Oops. Word extra. All right, and now I'm going to save the records. So that's been saved. So now if I go to his master record, or if I run a client profile, I will see that he's got a new weight. As of the 7th, he weighs 154 pounds. And if I printed a client profile, it would show me that as of the 7th, he weighed 154. On the 1st, his weight or his height was 5'6". I hope this resolves your questions on how to manage and keep weights current on the client profile.